This is Francesco Abruzzino with the Uncensored Report. I want to talk a little bit about Amazon Echo, and some of the problems that are being introduced through the use of technology. It's a good and a bad thing. You got a guy that's being charged with murder, and they want to basically the police want to tap into this Amazon device, this Echo, and pull out any information that may have been recorded. But we want to talk about how technology can be great, but then it can be bad too in some circumstances. They got this Amazon Echo. It's basically built upon this voice search capability. It has the Android's OK, Google, Apple Siri. It's like that type of device. And it's capable of doing everything. You basically go to it, you ask it questions, you see it up on the screen, it relays the answers back to you. You can turn on your air conditioning and all that stuff. So it's that usual beneficial technology, just like a smart TV is beneficial. Yet, if you read the paperwork, they can listen in and watch you at any time, and you sign off on it basically once you plug it in. And like anything, when government gets involved, which is what is happening here, when the police are getting involved, they take these useful household items and convert them into essentially spying machines, and that's all part of this whole surveillance state that's out there. So we go down to Arkansas, where you got this guy, and the police are using technology to come after him and see if it can lead them to see if this guy was involved in this crime. Basically, they're getting warrants. They sent it to Amazon. They said, hey, look, we want to pull all this data out of this Echo. Amazon said, we don't know about that. We don't want to violate any privacy. And because this thing belongs to this guy, this James Bates guy, who's charged with murder. Basically, they're saying he's strangled somebody in the hot tub. I think it was a man. A man was strangled. I believe it was. So police are in there. They went. They're investigating. They noticed an Echo up on the shelf, and they said, "Hey, wait a second. We got this over here in the kitchen." Music was playing from it and stuff, and they realized it's voice activated, and they're wondering maybe something happened. Maybe it was picked up a voice. And a lot of people think you have to give it a key word for the voice to be activated, but you don't. And they actually record before that if you go to Amazon and look into it. So basically, the police are hoping that they can take this device and get some additional information out of it. And through court documents, Amazon has came up and they conceded that the search warrant isn't really needed. The police can basically go in there and they can hack into it if they want to, and they have the know-how, which they probably do, and they probably will. So I don't think Amazon's going to give them the capabilities or go in there and pull this data for them. Now, the other thing is they've gone beyond just this tool. They've taken the iPhone 6. And I've illustrated, I remember doing it, we did it on the radio show phone once, where you could sit there, your iPhone's off, and you could talk about a product you want to go buy. You turn on your iPhone and you get out there searching. Next thing you know, that product's showing up on your AdSense is out there. They went in, they took the PlayStation, they took his MacBook, they've taken his Honeywell alarm system, the thermostat, the wireless weather monitoring, everything. They pulled all of this data. They're even going out to the smart meter, which I think are being installed throughout the city I live in, and they're going to see if excess water was being used and see if that can help them to target it down and use that to incriminate this guy. Think about that. Some serious consequences here. They want to know, was excessive water used? Let's look at the smart meter. Any information that can help them solve this murder, I get it, it's helpful, and we need that stuff. But can they go overboard? Can they say excess water was at this time, so therefore we're going to use this against you to say you murdered the person, when the guy may never have murdered them? And it's going to set precedent for the police, that they can go in and subpoena anything and take whatever technology you have around here and take it. They can tap into this camera that I'm watching. They can, the computer I'm on, the iPhone, which is listening to all my conversations constantly. I don't have a smart TV, but they could take that if they wanted to. You don't want the government in there taking whatever they want. And unfortunately, you won't be able to stop it, as we're seeing. Basically, you got to go without technology, which is almost impossible. All audio in the room is recorded when you're near this Echo. It records everything, even prior to you going in and using the wake word. They're finding out. And there's an easy way to go in there. You can go in and change the settings and delete the stuff, but who wants to go through all that, right? But basically, you got to realize that it's not the technology itself that's the problem out there. Because, going out and owning an Echo, a smartphone, or any of this stuff is voluntary. It's the government getting in there and utilizing this. Taking, maybe this guy is guilty. Maybe he's innocent. I don't know. Maybe they can take these devices and bust somebody on an innocent crime. Something they have not. Maybe you're innocent as anything, but because the data are showing certain statistical information, or they're pulling certain voices or noises off a machine, they can go after you and arrest you. The police state can and will use anything against you. And I'm not just saying it's all the police. They want to get out there. How many innocent people have been busted, arrested, sent to jail, been killed, put to death because of technology, or because of overzealous, not technology, overzealous prosecutors. So remember all this. And if you got one of these Echoes, get rid of it. The smart meter, you can't help. FPL's loaning them up everywhere. I don't want one here, but they're putting them in everywhere. I think you could sign an agreement, something saying you don't want it, but it's like pulling teeth. Tape up your camera that I'm on now. Mine's usually going to be taped if I'm not on it. iPhone, be careful what you say around it. It's listening, and test it out. It happened to me the other day. I was talking about getting something. Next thing I know, it started showing up in my ads. So, and the smart TV. Oh, don't get me going there. The cable boxes, everything. All right, this has been Frankie Abrazzino with the Uncensored Report. Everybody have a good New Year.